Hey family, before we get into today's story, I'd really appreciate your support. Subscribing is one of the best ways to help us out. It's quick, free, and keeps the awesome content coming. Every listen, like, and share truly means a lot. Let's keep this channel growing. Thank you so much. I am a 29-year-old mining engineer, oil rig life, 2 weeks on site and 1 week off. If you use your money wisely, you can make a fortune. I have 2 investment houses in Perth and another in Fremantle, as well as enough savings to retire at 40 if I wanted to. I don't show it off though. I never understood the point. I met Olivia 3 years ago at a friend's cookout in Kislow. She was 24, working as a pharmaceutical sales representative and trying to grow her Instagram following on the side. When we met, she had about 3,000 followers and was always uploading training videos and sponsored supplement ads. I didn't care about that, but she was lovely, amusing, and appeared genuine. First woman I dated who understood the oil rig lifestyle and did not complain about my absence. We moved quickly. She moved into my home after 6 months. I taught her about property investment and assisted her in saving for her first deposit. She taught me to relax more and enjoy the money I was earning rather than simply accumulating it. I assumed we balanced each other out. Last December, I brought her to Rottnest Island and proposed at sunset near the lighthouse. Private photo and everything. She received her Instagram content. I got to witness her genuine happiness. The ring cost $15,000 and was specifically crafted with a rare pink diamond from the Argyle mine before it closed. She cried, said yes, tweeted about it for weeks, and referred to it as her forever rock. The wedding was scheduled for November at a winery in Margaret River. Small, pricey, and precisely what she wanted. She did the most of the planning while I was on location. I simply transferred funds as needed. Her hen's weekend took place last weekend on the Gold Coast with 8 of her girlfriends. I arrived on site in the Pilbara halfway through my swing. She texted me continuously the first night, sending me images from dinner and videos from a male strip show, saying she missed me and couldn't wait to be my wife. Saturday night, the texts ceased. I assumed they were out late. I didn't think much of it. Sunday morning, 5 a.m., I'm preparing for pre-start when I noticed Lane's Instagram story. Lane has been her best friend since high school and serves as her maid of honor. I always felt she was trashy, with those artificial lips, constantly causing trouble. The type who captures everything for content. Only close pals have access to. The story, Olivia must have said that I don't use Instagram much. I probably didn't expect to see it, but I followed Lane since Olivia requested me to support her friends' accounts. The video was 47 seconds long. It was clearly filmed in a hotel room, and you could see the Q1 building through the windows. Lane's intoxicated voice narrates when the bride-to-be says one last adventure before lockdown as the camera pans to the bed. Olivia on all fours. Travis behind her, her F-45 trainer who she said was just incredibly good at his job. Josh in front, some guy from her gym she introduced me to once. He was basically gay. Don't worry, babe, both of them. Her engagement ring caught the light while she gripped the blankets. The worst aspect wasn't the act. It was her expression. She was having a great time looking directly at the camera at one point, laughing without being intoxicated, sloppy, focused, energetic, and even sporty. Lane zooms in on the ring, which she is still wearing. Loyalty queen. Other girls were giggling in the background. And someone said Nathan could never compete with that combo. I watched it 3 times, screen taped it, and sat in my donga for an hour before the start, simply thinking. I didn't toss my phone, punch anything, or experience the wrath you'd expect. It felt more like clarity, like when you're troubleshooting an equipment issue and suddenly realize exactly where the system broke. I went to work, drove an excavator for 12 hours, chatted with the boys at Smocko, and ate dinner in the mess. Nobody realized anything was unusual, but I was already plotting. Olivia never understood this about me. I am not emotional. I am systematic. Each problem has a solution. Every action has an optimum reaction, and I had 4 days left on site to plan mine. I began with logistics. I paid the $8,000 deposit to the wedding site in Margaret River. The entire amount of $27,000 was due following week. I emailed them about a family situation that required a postponement. They were kind and offered to store our deposit till a future date. The catering firm in Perth offers a complete refund with 30 days notice. I've also sent that email. The Bali honeymoon was 2 weeks at a private villa in Ubud, booked flexible through my MX Platinum. It could be postponed indefinitely with no need for cancellation. The photographer, flowers, and DJ were all handled via short emails, claiming unexpected family circumstances. Then I thought of the ring. She adored the ring more than anything else. She posted about it all the time, and her followers never stopped commenting on it. It was her trophy, proof that she had succeeded by landing a wealthy man who was willing to commit. I texted her on Wednesday. "Hey babe, I've been thinking about the wedding and want to get the ring professionally cleaned and serviced before the big day. The jeweler in Perth can do the pink diamond treatment while I'm back. Can you leave it on the kitchen counter? I'll grab it when I fly in on Friday." Her response, "Of course, baby. That's so thoughtful. Can't wait to see you Friday. Last weekend was fun, but I missed you so much. Girls are jealous of how good you are to me." I wanted to throw my phone into the crusher. Instead, I said, "I love you too. See you soon." Friday arrived. We flew back to Perth around 6 a.m. She was at work, and pharmaceutical sales meant Friday meetings. I had the house to myself until about 6 p.m. The ring sat on the kitchen counter in its box with a message saying, "Can't wait to wear this forever, your future wife." I pocketed it. Then I started to work. I didn't trash anything of hers. I didn't chop up garments or throw stuff away. That's poor emotional conduct. Instead, I packed my belongings. It's just mine. My paperwork, watches, grandfather's battle, medals, and signed Dockers jerseys were the things that mattered. I loaded 3 suitcases into my Land Cruiser and drove them to my investment property in Fremont. It's been lying empty as I waited for the rental market to improve. It's fully furnished and ready to move in. I returned to the Subabaco mansion. Everything appeared normal. Her belongings untouched, her makeup on the bathroom counter, her exercise clothes on the bedroom floor as if I hadn't started packing. Then I performed digital surgery. Disabled her phone number, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Blocked her entire family. Her parents, her sister in Melbourne, and her cousin who was constantly asking for property advice. I blocked all 8 girls from the hen weekend. I blocked Travis and Josh, even though I doubt they were aware she was engaged. I removed myself from all shared streaming services and reset my Netflix, Stan, and Spotify passwords. I removed her from my life insurance and superannuation beneficiaries. I canceled her extra credit card from my account. I called my lawyer brother Daniel, told him exactly what happened, and sent him the tape. He prayed, "Jesus Christ, Cal, what do you need? Just be ready. She's going to explode when she figures it out. You want to confront her?" "No, I want to disappear." He knew right once. That's why Daniel excels at his profession. I left the house at 4:00 p.m., drove to Freeman, and texted my site supervisor stating I needed to return early due to a family issue. Oil rig workers have more leeway in this regard. He approved me for the return flight on Sunday. Olivia texted me at 6:30 p.m. home. "Where are you, babe? Want to grab dinner at that Japanese place?" I did not respond. 7:00 p.m. Cal. 7:30 p.m. You okay? I'm worried. 8 p.m. Your phone must be dead. I'll order Thai for when you get home. 9 p.m. Nathan. This isn't funny. 10 p.m. If you don't answer, I'll call the cops. 11 p.m. 15 missed calls. Saturday morning, she realized she was blocked. That's when the true panic began. But here's the thing about properly blocking someone. They have no idea if you've blocked them or if your phone was turned off at first. She probably wasted hours, assuming it was a network issue. By Saturday afternoon, she'd figured out something was awry and began ringing my parents in Adelaide. They knew nothing because I hadn't told them yet. I called Daniel. He said he had not heard from me in weeks. I called my company's headquarters. They said I was on site and could not be reached. She arrived at my workplace in Perth on Monday morning, but security informed her that I was not present. She created a scene and they let her out. She tried to contact my site supervisor from the parking lot. He stated that I was dealing with a family emergency and could not be contacted. That's when she shared a TikTok video of herself crying. In her car, makeup wrecked. My fiancé has disappeared. We're supposed to get married next month and he's just gone. No explanation, nothing. If you know Nathan, please tell him to just talk to me. I don't understand what's happening. 67,000 views in 3 hours. The comments were divided. Half called me a sociopath. Half said there had to be more to the tale. Her parents called Daniel and threatened legal action over the wedding deposit. He gently stated that there were no contracts in their daughter's name and any deposits made were non-refundable presents from me to her. They could take civil action, but the cost would outweigh the recovery. She found out the wedding had been canceled on Tuesday when the venue called to confirm the postponement I had requested. TikTok video number 2. He canceled our wedding without telling me, had 240,000 views. The drama helped her establish a following. People are requesting updates and tea. Update 1. Lane received the video 3 days later. When something becomes viral on TikTok, people dig. They found Olivia's Instagram, her tagged pals, and Lane's account. Someone observed that Lane's tail highlights from the Gold Coast weekend had been erased. Screenshots of Lane from the same hotel and on the same dates began to circulate. They put it together. The comments began. Why'd your mother delete her stories from the hens? Something happened in Gold Coast. She cheated, calling it now. Lane snapped Wednesday night. Phoned Olivia, sobbing and admitting she'd posted something stupid while drinking. Olivia demanded to see it. Lane had deleted it, but it had already been screen captured and forwarded to Olivia. That's when Olivia realized I knew. She did not try to dispute it. Instead, she focused on damage management. Posted TikTok number 3. I made a mistake. One foolish night, I was drunk. I was stressed. It meant nothing. But he watched the video, and instead of talking to me like an adult, he disappeared. 3 years together, and he couldn't even have a discussion with me. That's the true betrayal. Her supporters went on to claim that everyone deserves a second chance, and that I was cruel for ghosting them. Others pointed out that she was railed by 2 men while wearing her engagement ring. Someone discovered Travis's Instagram. His bio stated engaged to @fitback91. They tagged his girlfriend Hannah in Olivia's video. Hannah noticed it Thursday morning. By lunchtime, she torched all of Travis's training gear in an Instagram live bonfire, tagged F45, and told his whole client list that he was a cheating piece of shit who fed women. F45 dismissed him that afternoon. Josh's girlfriend learned the same thing. She didn't go public. Instead, she gently kicked him out of their flat and told his entire rugby club why he was benched indefinitely for conduct damaging to the team's reputation. Meanwhile, I was back on site, working 12-hour shifts with no phone reception in the pit. Perfect seclusion. The boys were aware of what was going on, but did not pursue it. That's the thing about faux crews. Everyone is running from something. G eventually inquired Thursday night at dinner. You good, mate? Yeah, just handling some tea. Need anything? Nah, it's all sorted. And it was. Every time I got angry, I'd think about her expression when she learns the ring is no longer there. When she realizes I witnessed everything, but decided to say nothing. And when she realizes silence is the cruelest response to treachery. Daniel called me on his satellite phone Friday morning. She's getting desperate. Cal showed up at Mom and Dad's. What did they do? Dad warned her to leave his land. Mom cried but didn't let her in. I've got everything documented if you need a restraining order. Not yet. Let her burn herself out. She's destroyed on social media and lost about 4,000 followers after people found out what she did. Good. You sure you don't want to say anything? Just tell her it's over. She knows it's over. She figured that out when I blocked her. What she wants is an explanation, a battle, and some drama to make herself the victim. I'm not giving her that satisfaction. Cold as ice, brother. No, simply. Done. Update 2. A week later, the pharmaceutical business dismissed her. It turns out that when you go viral for being a cheater, and your F-45 trainer side piece is publicly exposed and includes your workplace in the controversy, HR pays attention. They described it as conduct incompatible with company ideals and detrimental to corporate reputation. She recorded TikTok number 4 from her car, absolutely breaking down. I've lost everything. My fiancé, my job, my life, over one mistake. One mistake. The video received 1.2 million views. People were unaware that I was buddies with Oliver, one of her area managers. We met at a business golf event that she had dragged me to. Sunday night, he called me on the satellite phone. Mate, I had to let her go. The video went around the entire company. Doctors were asking if that was our rep. She became a liability. I didn't ask you to fire her. I know, but between you and me, she was already on thin ice, coming in late, missing client meetings. This was just the excuse we needed. Cheers for letting me know. You doing all right? Never better. That's what I said. The clarity was outstanding. No more wedding planning stress. No more pretending to be concerned about her Instagram engagement. No more listening to her rant about other girls at the gym while effing 2 guys from the same gym. She began showing up at my parents' home in Adelaide. He contacted me on Monday. She flew here. Cal showed up at the door, crying. What did you tell her? Nothing. Your mother wanted to let her explain, but I said if she steps on our property again, I'll call the police. Thanks, Dad. Are you sure you handled this correctly? Have you seen the video? Daniel showed me effing HL, son. Then yes, I handled it correctly. Your mother believes you should formally end the relationship. She wore my ring while 2 guys raced through her, so she knows it's over. On Tuesday, she tried a new strategy. She messaged my friends, the ones she could still reach, and told them, her side, she wasn't sober. This was a mistake. She felt pressured by the females. She had no recollection of what had happened. Most of them quickly blocked her, but my friend Mason called on Wednesday. Bro, she's saying you're having a mental breakdown. That this is about your depression and not about what happened. What do you think? I think she's desperate. But just so you know, she's trying to flip the narrative. Let her. Anyone who believes her was never my friend. Anyway, she was losing followers on a regular basis, down to around 8,000 from a height of 15,000. The sponsorship deals have dried up. The protein powder manufacturer dumped her. The Sportsier brand removed their affiliate code. Thursday, she did something unexpected. She went to the jeweler. The shop where I bought the ring, walked in and demanded to know if I had brought it. In for cleaning, the owner immediately called me. Mr. Nathan, your ex-fiancée is here asking about a ring. I'm not a customer anymore. I don't know what she's talking about. Understood, sir. I'll handle it. He informed her he couldn't divulge any customer information. She made a disturbance and security removed her. Another TikTok followed. He stole my engagement ring. It's mine. The comments devastated her. You have lost ring privileges when you have 2 guys wearing it. That's his property, sweetheart. The audacity of this woman. Her parents threatened Daniel with theft charges. He sent them a single message. The ring was a conditional gift that required marriage, no wedding, no ring. Googled the law on engagement rings in Australia. Stop contacting my client. They paused. Update 3. 2 weeks later, she discovered where I was staying. I'm not sure how she did it. Perhaps she hired someone or discovered I had moved to one of my investment properties. But on Sunday morning, during my weekend off, she was at my door. I observed her through the security camera. She had unclean hair, no makeup, and was wearing the same Lululemon set I bought her for Christmas last year. She knocked for 20 minutes. Cal, please. I know you're in there. Your car is here. Just talk to me. 5 minutes, please. I cooked myself breakfast and watched Formula One. She continued knocking. I'm not leaving until you talk to me. I'll stay here all day. I phoned the cops and informed them that my ex was harassing me on my property, that I had footage of her infidelity, and that she wouldn't leave. They arrived in 15 minutes. I saw through the camera as they instructed her to depart. She argued, They informed her she was trespassing. She cried. They led her to her car and followed her out of the area. Naturally, she made a post about it. I couldn't remember if this was TikTok number 7 or 8. He called the cops on me for wanting to talk. Someone in the comments shared a screen recording of her Gold Coast footage. Every time she erased it, someone else reposted it. The internet does not forget. On Monday, her mother called Daniel. This time, the approach is different, with crying and begging. Their daughter was still in need of closure. Could he merely pass along a message? Daniel called me. Your callmate. I can tell her to F off. What's the message? She wants you to know she's sorry, that she loves you, and that she'll do anything to fix this. Tell her mother I got the message. Nothing else. That's it. That's it. The call stopped, but the TikToks did not. She began releasing old recordings of our joyful moments, our engagement, and the trips we did in an attempt to portray what we had before I abandoned her. The comments were savage. He didn't abandon you. You cheated. Imagine posting this, thinking you're the victim. The delusion is real. Her number of followers fell to 5,000. Hannah, Travis's fiancée, contacted me on LinkedIn and expressed her gratitude for exposing him, despite the fact that I did not do so directly. I was told Olivia had been effing him for months. They would meet after training every Tuesday and Thursday while I was on site. I did not answer, but I screenshotted it. Josh attempted to contact me and left a voicemail. Mate, I'm sorry. She said, you guys were open when you were away. I didn't know she was lying. I deleted it. I don't care about his excuses. On Thursday, Olivia tried something new. I posted a snapshot of a positive pregnancy test on Instagram with the statement, maybe this will make him talk to me. My phone exploded with messages from friends and relatives asking whether it was true. Daniel handled it. He made a single call. If you're pregnant, provide medical documentation. We'll arrange a paternity test. If you're lying about this, it's defamation and emotional manipulation. Your choice. She withdrew the post within an hour and issued an explanation, claiming she was emotional and made an error with an old photo. Her following fell to 3,000. Update 4. 1 month later, she flew to the place. I'm still not sure how she found out which site I was at. We have operations all throughout Washington, but she flew to Newman, rented a car, and went to the Mines' gate. Security phoned me. Nathan, there's a woman here claiming to be your fiancé. She says it's a family emergency. I don't have a fiancé. Don't let her in. Copy that. She sat outside the gate for 6 hours in 40 heat. Security had to contact the cops again. They drove her back to Newman and made sure she boarded a flight to Perth. That video went differently. No tears, just wrath. He's a coward. An effing coward who can't face me. The comments escalated into, this is harassment now. Leave the man alone. This is getting concerning. She lost her flat without a job, couldn't afford the rent in Subabaco, and had to move back with her parents in Sydney. She posted about it, as if she were the victim of a tragedy. Her sister told Daniel, you've ruined her life. She ruined her own life. I just didn't stick around to watch. She made one mistake. Getting railed by 2 guys while wearing my client's ring isn't a mistake. It's a choice. Multiple choices, actually. You're heartless. No, we're just done here. I was having a great time, picked up extra shifts because the pay was outrageous with all the overtime. I started searching at commercial properties in Perth's central business district. The boys on the scene knew the entire story when someone discovered the TikToks. They thought it was effing folklore. Most boss would have gone psycho. G told me over drinks one night, you just evaporated. What's the point of going psycho? Change is nothing. Yeah. But don't you want to tell her what a cut she is? Every morning when she wakes up at her parents' house, unemployed and with 2,000 followers, she knows the wedding date, November 15th, passed. She shared a photo from 3 years ago of us at the cookout where we met. Today should have been our wedding day. I'll never understand how someone can go 3 years without saying anything. Someone commented on the Gold Coast video again, and she turned them off. Her follower count fell to 1,500. All of the engagement pods and paid followers had abandoned ship. Update 5. 3 months later, I sold the ring for $11,000 to a dealer in Perth. The pink diamond retained its worth nicely. The money was used to fund a trip to Bali for the lads. 8 of us stayed in the exact villa Olivia and I had reserved for our honeymoon. I posted a photo on Facebook of all of us with drinks at sunset and tagged the resort. I didn't mention her. I didn't need to. She would know. She knew. TikTok number 15. He's at our honeymoon spot with his friends. This is psychopathic behavior. The responses were overwhelmingly against her. You're the psychopath. Still posting about him. Move on already. This is embarrassing. Her account dwindled to 800 followers. Daniel sent me a 10-page letter she had, handwritten. I destroyed it without reading it, videotaped the process, and sent it to Daniel. He comprehended the message to be passed on. She tried once more, creating a phony LinkedIn profile and messaging me about a business opportunity. The profile picture was a generic shot, but the wording was entirely her own, discussing closure, healing, and forgiveness. I reported the profile. LinkedIn prohibited it, then silence for the first time in 3 months. Nothing. There are no posts. No messages sent through third parties. No appearances at events. Nothing. I purchased another investment property, a decent 2-bedroom in Scarborough near the ocean. She always wanted us to buy a property together. I paid in cash, using my site money plus what I had saved from the canceled wedding. Emma, a geologist from the site, started seeing me informally. No social media, no drama, just simple chat and amazing sex. This is just what I needed. One of my friends ran into Olivia in Sydney last week. She was working at a vitamin shop in a mall and living with her parents. There is no ring, obviously. He claims to be looking tough as F. She asked about me, and he stated he no longer knew me. She began crying in the middle of Westfield. He walked away. Her Instagram has been disabled. TikTok also offers entire digital set. Final update. 6 months later, I'm writing from my Scarborough apartment. I just witnessed the sunset from my balcony. Life is good. Better than good, honestly. The properties are all doing well. The Perth market is heating up. My portfolio is currently worth around $3.2 million, which is not bad for a 30-year-old FIFO worker. Emma and I are still informal, which is wonderful. She'll be moving to Canada for a 6-month contract soon. We'll probably finish it there with no harsh feelings. That's the appeal of being with someone who understands the game. Daniel called yesterday, and Olivia's lawyer reached out one final time. She wants to properly apologize and get closure. Daniel informed them that his client's position had not changed. No communication ever. Here's what 3 years with Olivia taught me. When someone demonstrates who they are, believe them. More significantly, when someone reveals who they are, you are not obligated to discuss it with them. She believed the ring made her untouchable, and that wearing it while effing other guys was a power move, demonstrating that she could do whatever she wanted and I would still be there. The ring was meant to provide her security. Rather, it became proof. Every time I considered responding to her, I remembered the video of her staring at the camera, laughing, the ring catching the light, her exuberance, and the joy in her deception. That's who she truly was. Not the woman who cried at my proposal. Not the one who said she understood my oil rig lifestyle. And not the one who vowed to love me forever. She was the woman who was mocked by 2 men while her companions cheered her on, wearing my ring like a prize. So, I gave her what she really deserved. Nothing. Not fury, which would have fueled her victimhood narrative. Not forgiveness, which would have justified her mistake. Not even an acknowledgement of her existence. Just nothing. The fellas on site ask if I regret not confronting her, and if I missed out on closure. But here's the thing. Closure is something you create for yourself, not something you get from others. I took mine as soon as I blocked her number and headed to Fremantle. She wanted to chat because she wanted to control the story in order to explain, justify, and downplay what she did, perhaps making me the bad guy for not fighting for us. Instead, she got to explain to everyone why her fiancé fled. Watch her life crumble in real time on social media, and experience what true consequences are like. According to what I've heard, she recently relocated to Brisbane for a fresh start. Good luck to whoever she scams next. Though I doubt she find another FIFO worker foolish enough to put a $15,000 ring on her finger. Daniel inquired if I had ever loved her. Yes, I did. I loved who I believed she was, but she didn't exist. She was simply better at acting than I was at seeing through it. The wedding would have taken place last month on November 15th. I was on site working a double shift. After penalties, I made $3,800 that day and used it to buy another Rolex, which truly keeps its worth. People periodically message me, claiming they witnessed the entire incident on TikTok and proclaiming me a legend for how I handled it. I do not respond to those either. I am not a legend. I'm just a guy who refuses to play a silly game. The ring is presumably on someone else's finger right now. I hope they have more luck with it than Olivia did, but given what that ring witnessed, I believe it is cursed. She read this eventually. She always figures out what I'm doing. So Olivia, if you're reading this, know this. You didn't lose me because of a single error. You have lost me because of who you are. The Gold Coast has just revealed it, and each day you spent attempting to get me to speak was another day you proved I made the right decision. I don't detest you. That would necessitate compassion. I have nothing against you. You are a lesson learned, a bullet dodged, and a 3-year investment that did not pay off. This happens. But the ring was mine, purchased with my money, given on condition, and legitimately returned. Every time you think about it, remember that you wore it while betraying me, and it is now gone forever, just like me. Anyway, I have a flight to catch. Return to the location tomorrow for another swing. Another 40 grand. The guys want to know about the Bali trip. Life continues without you. Edit. Since people keep asking this is true, I don't care if you believe it or not. I don't feel guilty about her losing her job. Actions have consequences. For those curious about the legal aspects of engagement rings, Washington law states unequivocally that they are conditional gifts. No marriage means that the ring is returned to the purchaser. Yes, I started therapy 2 months ago. Not because of her, but because FIFO living messes with your mind. The best decision I've made. To everyone who shared similar stories, you deserved more. We all did. And best of luck to the person who messaged Olivia claiming to be her new lover.